Hello friends, it is Mina and welcome to another video on this YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to connect with some very special guides that I have in my spirit team. And we are going to talk about the energies that are showing up for the month of December 2025. So I have been working with dragons in a magical capacity in other dimensions and in healing space off and on since 2018 at this point. And it has been quite some time that they have been eager to share of their wisdom in a channeled space, in a channeled capacity. Being a channeler is something that I have been intrigued about, but I haven't fully dove into previously. And so it's something that I had to spend some time overcoming the human need to control and being more in the space of surrender. And that is what I have worked with worked on off and on for a few years. So today I channeled my dragon team. They are known as the Draghonia or Sensei Draghonia specifically, and asked them about energies for the month of December. Now, their energy came through right away. It actually came through as soon as I set the intention that I was going to sit down and channel. Immediately, the energy came through. I was like, great, we are ready to communicate with you. So, they mentioned right away, and I will play the clip here in just a minute, but they mentioned right away that they want our interactions and our channeling sessions to be for the magically minded worker, for the magic worker, for the pagan, for the witch, for the energy worker, for those that work with the angelic realm, the angelic team. They mentioned the angelic realm, and then the conversation kind of moved from there, so we could recapture that in a different session. But it makes sense because that is something that has been very front of mind focus for me in my own soul development, is more in the magical healing energy work sort of space. So if you are somebody that delves into that space, then this transmission, this channeling sesh is going to be applicable to you in the month of December. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. I was holding this relatively new. I bought this around Samhain. It's my first piece of Septarian crystal. I have like a little dragon's egg, a Septarian crystal that I was holding the whole time as I was channeling. So let's go ahead and get started. So connecting with the dragon team pretty quickly here. And they are saying specifically that they would like to focus on the magic workers. They want to focus on the angelic realm is what I'm also hearing, and those whose sight is pointed towards the divine. I'm feeling that specifically the dragon guides and teachers that I work with and that I channel have a wisdom and a guidance to these souls specifically, which makes sense. You know, I was very drawn to working with dragons. And part of it is because they are so wise, they are very powerful magicians, and so it would make sense that they would seek to work with those who are also focused in a similar capacity. The energy for December for these people is really focused on hearth and home. This is a cyclical energy that has its revolution around the cycle of the year. And during this time of December is when it's really important to be creating joyful, peaceful, magical space in the hearth and home. The reason why this is being highlighted as such an important energy for December for the Magic Worker Plus energy worker, I'll just say Magic Worker as a default, is because it clears stagnant energy from the space. It clears stress, harmful, discordant energies, anything that suppresses creativity, that murkies the emotional abundance and potential of a space. And the foundation of hearth and home is the launching point of all. It is the anchor from which we perform and share of ourselves. And so it's important that it is creating and recycling energy that is aligned with the individual soul that we are striving to become. I'm seeing images of children with teddy bears, and it's pointing towards messages of innocence. I'm getting the message that it's important to allow ourselves to express and be safe in our space to welcome innocence and curiosity and self-soothing, self-nurturing energies during this time. Being in the space and welcoming innocence is so healing and rejuvenating. It resets the trauma and pain, the blocks and discordant energies of the soul and heart space. This month is a really important time to do this work. Heart health, heart coherence. Resetting of the old to welcome in the new. There is a strong energy to remind us to approach the collective, approach others, other humans, other creatures, other beings with kindness, playfulness, and love. We are all different and on unique journeys and have agreed to be in this incarnation for specific means. And we can find fault and error and flaw everywhere. And we have, and we do. But the way that we achieve our highest potential is to not allow ourselves to succumb to low frequency engagements with others as often as we can. Don't do it because you're weak, is the word that's coming through. Don't do it because you're weak. Do it because you're strong. Don't do it because you're weak. Do it because you're strong. The identity behind the action, right? So coming from a place of fear versus a place of courage. Sensei is also challenging us to step outside of our comfort zones this month. Look at your routine. Look at your routine and what you put off. How can you step further into the direction of your goals and aspirations? How can you take a risk or challenge yourself magically in the direction of evolution and movement towards the divine? There are areas for which you hesitate. December is a great time to begin to step and sink into the direction here. Moving into pursuit of goals before the beginning of the new calendar year shows eagerness and excitement and dedication, devotion towards your pursuit of divine greatness. So we encourage you to not hesitate. Look for ways to be kind, gentle, and loving with your fellow man. Look for ways to challenge yourself to grow and to create new dialogue for the existence that you would like to have on this earthly plane. Allow yourself to dream and to create, to expand your soul into unknown possibilities, anchored into the soil and plane of this existence. Trust yourselves and seek your individual guides out often to align with those who are here to help humanity evolve. With love and light, with truth and wisdom, with power and might, we send you blessings and tidings of magic and merriment this month. Adieu. All right, so at the end there, as you saw, I was sweeping my hands over my aura. What I say in that time is I say, I now give myself total health clearance. I'm in balance with myself. I am in balance with the universe. I release all that does not serve, and I usually end with a snap of my fingers. That is something that I learned from Lori Cabot in my witchcraft studies. Lori Cabot is the official witch of Salem, Massachusetts, and as part of my witchcraft studies, I have taken some workshops from her. I have also learned the tarot from her. So that is something that I always do at the end of a really deep channeling sesh or meditation sesh, or sometimes when I'm connecting with others, like doing a healing session, Reiki session, I'll do that as a way of cleansing my aura. Similarly to, I referenced Alunia in one of my previous videos. If you watch her channeling videos, she always says, my energy stays with me, your energy stays with you. Very similar vibe. It's really something that we do when we go into the astral realm, we go into different dimensions, we psychic travel, we go into meditative space when we are linking and separating our soul body from our physical self, or we are opening up our magical space. We just want to make sure that when we come back to center, we come back to the body, that we are not bringing any sort of attached energies with us. And that is essentially why it's just a good ritual to do at the end of some of these things. So I hope that you enjoyed today's channeling session. If you want to share any thoughts, that comment section is at your disposal. Any which way to get a hold of me further will be down in that description box. Stay wild and spooky, but most of all, stay magical. If you have not had a chance to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, so that way this channel can continue to grow. I will see you next time. Until then, take care.